Okay, we're trying this again. I just messed up, but fortunately I was like 50 seconds in, so it should be salvageable. We're going to knock out Silph. Bit grindy, load of basic bit rocket trainers, but there might be some evolutions and stuff, so that's not how we haven't skipped that kind of stuff so far, so yeah. Here we go. The Rocket Brothers, never really got the deal with that. It's a bit of a gimmick. They didn't really expand on it. There's just like 4 of them that I guess are related. So like a bunch of siblings that went into crime. You know, presumably the older one did, and then inducted the others. But like, I don't think they give you extra money. I don't think they've got like extra strong Pokemon. Not that I've noticed. So it's obviously not that much. And I don't think you even get like the key off them or anything. Or you can't beat the boss till you've got them. I guess it's just flavor. They're just like saying, "Oh, hey, these guys are siblings." It's like, oh, okay. But I feel like that's not what they normally do. There's not any other like running gags or themes or whatever. They've even got different models. I don't really get it. I guess it's just it's just a tiny bit of flavour. But there you go. But yeah, I am better from my cold. That wasn't COVID, and I'm back at work. And yeah, I've got like crazy bills to pay, and I'm leaving my apartment for. Going to move into work. I get free accommodation, but I won't have room for my soundboard, so it's cool. I've got motivation to actually finish this little project here and then do a couple of other bits that I want to do, that this was all practice for. I nearly got caught out again with the inbuilt mic thing, so hopefully the sound quality is good again, like it was I think on the previous part. We know what we're doing now. I think I even have the gain set right, so it should pick up less background stuff. I was going to buy a mic stand, which would make it even better, but yeah, if I'm leaving soon, A, I don't want to spend the money, and B, if I'm going to be leaving soon where I can't use any of my equipment, why get more equipment right before that happens, you know? That seems kind of silly. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, and I need to crack on because a couple of the later parts require some editing actually, which is a whole thing. So we'll see how that goes. Electric guy against my birds, probably not a good move, but we have a 10 level difference, although we are slightly wounded already. Critical hit Thunderbolt would be pretty depressing, but I feel like Voltorb doesn't learn many good electric attacks by default. Either way, he's down. Bird can be proud of himself. We've got the exp share on the Psyduck. We're trying to get a Golduck because initially when I was playing this, I was kind of doing the whole treating the evolutionary stage as a separate Pokemon for the sake of the Nuzlocke. So actually, if you don't want to catch a Golduck somewhere else where there's a Golducks, the only way to stop that is to have one already by the Nuzlocke rules. It's kind of strange. In hindsight, I can see why people treat them the same, because it stops that being an issue, although it means you can probably get less overall. It actually makes it more work if you're trying to rule out getting certain ones. So, you know, if I had my time again, I would do that differently. But there you go. Magneton's a pain in the ass. It's half steel, so it's good for metal, but most things aren't resistant to electric, and it's steel type. Some of the things that aren't necessarily strong against steel. So it's like they're kind of a fiddly Pokemon. They're easy to beat, but they're not like easy to beat. There's not an obvious choice. So Mika's good for just any strong Pokemon, because he's a very strong Pokemon, you know, just batter them. Just beat them down old school. Getting them levels. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, someone I got a Christmas present sent to me in the mail, and it looks like someone's stolen it, either the delivery guy or like someone in my apartment, which sucks. We just had someone move out that another housemate says was a bit of a dickhead, so maybe she stole it. But like, who steals a wrapped Christmas present? It probably just had some vegan treats in it and stuff. Like, it probably wasn't super worth stealing. It's kind of disappointing. But it might have had like a personal note in there and stuff. It's really kind of sad. Like, I didn't even want anything. Like, I tell people every year I don't want anything. Historically, last years I've just given a bit of money to charity and not wanted anything from anyone. And I'm not giving them anything either, because my family's just grown too large, and I think it's all capitalist bullshit. And I'll admit I'm lazy. A lot of it's just laziness on my part. But yeah, either way, I didn't want anything, but now I was going to get something. It's made me sad that I haven't got it, you know? It's irritating. And then I feel bad for someone who spent the money on me to get it. Oh, here we go, another of those Rocket Brothers. But yeah, just there's some real life fucking rocket dudes out here, rocket grunts out here stealing our shit, you know? It's kind of disappointing. That's what life is, man. A series of down endings, or whatever Randall says. No, I think Dante says it, actually. Damn. I love the viewer skew shit. I don't like that when you use an evasive move like fly or dig and they actually do a stat increasing move, which is sometimes debatably a waste of time, but actually when you're like mid-fly and stuff, it can actually be, it's quite sensible because they weren't going to be able to hit you, right? So it kind of annoys me that they actually do take the optimum action there. The Hypno's tough, it's got a lot of health points. Thief is just a very weak move, but we might need it. I would like to get a Sharp Beak, which I think only Fearos drop. For the longest time on a couple of, I think on a previous game I was playing, I didn't realise that you had to have no held item to steal their held item, which I think is silly. Like, why didn't you steal it and put it in your inventory? It's even less for the Pokemon to do. It doesn't have to hold it, it only has to disarm the other one, you know? So that kind of annoyed me, but there you go. I guess it's a bit OP otherwise. If you're leftovers and thieving, you can do it for longer, I guess, or something. Who knows? Another Rocket Brother. I guess that's 3 of them at least we've fought. You obviously got a Cubone from Lavender. That's kind of cool. If the Rockets had had stuff from previous ventures, that would show some kind of progression and continuity. But I guess it could also be these things were happening. These occupations of fuchsia and stuff were happening simultaneously to other stuff. So they can't be the same Rockets necessarily. Yeah, still don't like the Cubone line anymore based on what happened in Lavender to our starter. Poor Joey's basically our starter now. Yeah, if I knew how the shinies were done on this, I guess I wouldn't have got the Rattata too, but that'd actually be a good rule. If this thing has more common shinies, is to say, okay, you can catch the shiny, but you then have to choose between the previous run on the same route, like it's a second chance to overwrite it. That would be a good sort of compromise of it being special but not OP. But I guess the guy who made this ROM hack didn't expect it to necessarily be done just for Nuzlocke. It's probably a poor choice because it's less well known. Maybe the difficulty curves aren't right for it. Yeah, I'm thinking like certain items you get that you don't get in the classic. I'm going to try and not use advantages that come just from the ROM hack, try and do the Fire Red content first. Can't poison me, but I can finish you off. Nice. Fixed damage move on a... So I was going to say this Pokemon's tougher than the previous one, but it doesn't really matter because we're using fixed damage. Didn't know you could miss with that. It's like, shouldn't be a physical thing. Like, how can that miss? I guess he's just pointing it in the wrong direction, right? I don't actually know what Nightshade is. It'd be funny if he was just like hitting them with lampshades, and that's what it meant. Just chucking lampshades at them like poltergeist style. The ducks around people's heads is weird. Is that like a Japanese thing? Because I always feel like the universal symbol for confusion is stars around someone's head. Or birds, rather. Oh yeah, I guess ducks are like little birds, right? It's just weird it's ducks and not like sparrows, because they fly around your head like a bird actually would, whereas a duck is like swimming in the air around your head. I never really got it. Plus they're regular ducks. Wouldn't it make more sense if they were like little Psyducks? It's another one of those things where they've like not thought about the implication of like, it's so ingrained in their mind, like animals and symbols, that even when you're making a game with fictional animals, you forget to like replace everything. I can never remember which floor the healing is on. I don't know why I'm trying to level up the Joey so much religiously at this point, but perhaps I think his evolution's kind of due. Maybe that's my thinking. It's taking longer for each Pokemon because they're dividing it with side up. Okay, calcium. And self-destruct is very worrying, look at that. But yeah, we survived it. So Brexit's happening in the UK. It's going to be no deal. They're trying to rebrand it. The Tories are trying to rebrand it as not just no deal, but the Australia model, which is like, yeah, because they don't have a deal. Like with us, it's no deal. Like what the fuck? It's so transparently bad. Lorries queuing up. People are trying to get like last transactions and shipping and goods in and stuff before Christmas. For Christmas and before the deadline. So it's fucking packed. Miles and miles of lorries being filmed by helicopters, you know. It's a bit of a joke. Take Joe off the front lines finally. He's done enough. Yeah, it's even smelling Little Mouse. You think it'd be like, I smell a Pikachu, right? Like these colloquialisms should be, you know, a dog and pony show should be like a Growlithe and... But then then you go, oh well, that's fine. They called it like a mouse type Pokemon or a like a, you know, a dog type Pokemon, a puppy Pokemon that's in the Pokedex. But it's like, well, where are they getting those words from then? You know, like if they're not actually, they don't have those original animals, because it's not like a mouse is a type of thing like a canine. If it was like canine Pokemon, you think, okay, a Growlithe's a canine, right? And they don't have dogs, but like, yeah, it doesn't make sense. It's not consistent. Just more like impotent complaints from a 30-year-old man playing a sketch game for 10-year-old children, but that's what we do. Why can he not land a Nightshade? He's not like he can... Damn, fucking confusion's so annoying. Better switch him out. I figure the duck can finish him, right? But it's not super effective because we're not dual-type Psychic yet. If he ever is. Let's try again. That's a powerful wing attack. Even though he probably can take another hit. Yeah, see, I don't know, I'm starting to think, I would think that now that, like, actually I'm trying to level him up, that's the whole point. If he dies, that's been a lot of wasted experience sunk into him that other people could have used. But then, of course, with this you have the over-leveling issue, so it's not so bad, actually. We can always off-screen grind. It's not like this is like a 24-hour charity stream where it's going to make it more boring. Open these little rooms. It's a bit other people like don't flee. If anything, they're safer, not in the eye line of the vicious criminals, you know. So that's pretty much another floor sorted. So we're up to floor 8 really. It's fully cleared wise, I guess. Yeah, let's finish floor 8 properly. What's this guy got going on? Another bloody rat, sick of the Hyper Fangs, but at least we're higher level now. Yep, see? Such an evil move. Super Fang does half health, but like Hyper Fang pretty much does half health just because it does a shitload of health, you know? He got a second crit, it's over. Scary Face is just annoying. He's definitely going to get another move because we switched in and he used slow on us. And Hypnosis fails. Just annoyance. Let's confuse him. And my thinking is if he fails his other things, we'll have more chance to land the Hypnosis. We're weakened to physical attacks, but I don't think he has any that will hit us. So let's eat this guy's dreams. Boom. Love that combo. Good as hell. Nightshade the Arbok. Can't be poisoned, mate. Nice try. Another one of them should do him. So I guess, is Dark super effective? Jesus Christ. Is Dark super effective against Ghost or against Poison? Because I know it is a Psychic, but like, yeah, Ghost is supposed to be the Psychic killer, so that's kind of weird and annoying. Poison is so annoying on a Nuzlocke. God, quit doing it, you jerks. They use so many... Poison Pokemon are overrepresented with the Rockets, but they're also overrepresented with the Bikers, which are a reasonable chunk of the trainers and the best spot to use the Versus Seeker. So you get a lot of poisoning happening in these fire red playthroughs. At least in mine. My one of one. So we leveled up, that's cool at least. You'll better take the poison. A couple of fixed damage moves should do him in. Awesome. Okay, Psych Up, what does it do? Yeah, copying stat changes. I mean, if they're spamming stat changes and you copy it, it doesn't remove theirs, it just copies it. They're still going to hit you with whatever they've psyched up, or you're doing it earlier and getting less. Like, it just seems like a dumbass move. Nice. Super bird. Super gold bird. He'll survive. How bad would that be if it fainted? Like, we forgot that it was so low health and it just died here. That would have been, like, brutal. Just because of being stingy with antidotes, you know? Ridiculous. So yeah, we have pretty much every Pokemon here except the Psyduck, obviously, who's not a permanent addition to the team. And the Haunter are fully evolved. Iron's cool. Yeah, at least on these games, I think they kind of know to maintain the balance of when these hacks let you evolve the trade Pokemon with levels, they kind of make them higher level than usual, I think, to, you know, because it's supposed to be harder and rarer to have those, so that at least they're not, you know, balances out, makes it like level 40 or something. Let's go Nightshade. Electrode. Luckily, I guess he's immune to his self-destructs, but he could bloomin' electrocute us, and with good speed do it dangerously as well. Great, another one beat. Good experience from it. Oh, not that much for an evolved Pokemon. Good cash though. Another employee. Wondering if I ever spoke to that rocket. I think I must have done. So we're on this floor itself now, I believe. Maybe not. Yeah, we didn't get that rocket. I'm glad. Oh, it's must be the fourth rocket, brother. See what he's got in for us. Yeah, wheezing would be quite dangerous normally. Still is, in fact. So I've switched away from side up. Although his confusion would be super effective. Don't trust him. We can't get poisoned or self-destructed, but we can get trolled with accuracy lowering moves. God damn it. And he's lost his confusion. I hate these poison Pokemon. I'm so going to be glad to see the back of them. I guess ironically we have the poison gym to do. But then after that there should be a real big drop off in the poisons. I guess Agatha has a bunch. God damn it. We're never going to be free, are we? And there's bikers on the islands. Oh, fuck me. Too many poison Pokemon in thing, which is why Psychic was so OP, because they were super effective against poison. And yeah, so even if the Psychics are less common, if their weak enemies are more common, that's a benefit. Who's texting me? Oh yeah, it looks like they've just said that it looks like they were going to be open for Christmas in the UK for COVID restrictions, and it looks like they've just suddenly made them stricter, which would have made sense in the first place. And as people have pointed out, it's fine to lock down for public safety, but it's not fine to constantly change, like, if you're locked down or not, while people are like mid-travel because of your previous rules. Like, they're halfway to visiting someone and then they find out they're not allowed. It's like, just don't dick people around. They did it to not be unpopular, you know, and then they've had to do it the other way. So, but, you know, the public will never hold the fucking Tories to account because they're told that the other party are communists or something retarded, and yeah, they're now a bunch of right-wing arseholes. So England's fucked. Forget about England, mate. If you got any pounds, change them into euros or dollars or something. That empire's finally going to fall. Said without commentary on whether that's a good or a bad thing, but bad for my mates that live there at least. Come on, get that healing done. Pow. I'm about done with Silph, to be honest. Not so enthused. Why am I not going into that building with a locked door? What's that about? I'm always paranoid about missing stuff, so I've definitely doubled back on myself, I can now see in hindsight. Yeah, we spoke to these fuckers. Next floor. Okay, definitely done with floor 8. We know we've got some of floor 9 left, that's the issue. So we were checking floor 8 was absolutely done. Yeah, the way he talks about weak points, it's like implying an actual like weak spot on their belly or something, but... Nightshade them up. Cool. So, yeah, we're about to get to the rival battle. I think it's behind that portal, right? Or give or take a couple of extra tiles. I guess we're going to want to go on foot. At least we're right by the bed. Bloody annoying poison. At least we're near where we can get treatment. Super done with the rocket grunts. I guess this is the end of the grunts, except I think there's some in maybe the post-game of Fire Red. More explosions and poisons to come. But we should have a powerful psychic by then, hopefully. Just wreck them out of spite. Because in the post-game you're not really too fussed about levels, I guess. Even though I'm poisoned, he's asleep, and we should only need one hit, and bam. More experience for him. And he's ready to get the experience from the next one. Now, yeah, I thought about hitting him with Confusion, because it'd be super effective, but do not want to get like a critical karate chop on him. Again, when we're so close to getting that getting that evolution that we want. That guy's, I think that's the one I skipped, because it's on fast speed, I kind of skipped it, but he's the one who said, oh, if I'd had Pokemon at your age. That's actually really sad, because that really is like a socialist theme for me, because like there, but for the grace of God, you know, if you lived his life, you'd be him, you know. People aren't fundamentally good or bad. And people are just products of their circumstances. And the American and the right-wing people in the world don't want to believe that, because they want to believe in the just world fallacy to justify their comforts and justify others' suffering, so they don't have to think about it. Which is tragic in a way, because the implication of that is they could and would care if they didn't believe that way. They have to convince themselves otherwise, you know. But yeah, that would be kind of a cool little, I don't know, fanfic or ROM hackers be that guy who realises the error of his ways, you know. Oh, here we go. We nailed it. We got what we wanted. Just in time for the rival and boss fight. Yeah, Golduck does look pretty fucking deadly. I think he's based on something, right? There's like some mythological creature or some shit. He doesn't need the X-Share anymore. He's back at the queue. Get them items. Ultra Ball. 3 Ultra Balls, not so bad. Saves a bit of dollars. Enough of your silly games. It's like, I've wrecked 100 people. Like, it's not a silly game, mate. I'm clearly good at what I'm doing. And this is a meta commentary. Like, just stop playing this. I felt like that was a pro gamer move. I swept away the guy with the super effective chances, and then avoided the self-destruction from the second guy, who probably fired it off because we were wounded. And then bam, we hit the guy. Not effective, sure, but... And yeah, luckily we survived because we're a badass third evolution dude. But we killed one and hit one in the same time. Let's get either some play. He'll be resistant or not weak to the electric, and his double kick should do the trick. Easy peasy. GG easy. No continues, yeah. He's sticking with the game metaphor, ain't he? Like, he's trying to reason with you, like, oh yeah, you've had your fun now, right? You can go home. And it's like, no, man. Like, clearly I'm in it to win it. Like, he should have been on the first floor. That would have made more sense. Yeah, I was hoping to dig out, but then realised I can't. So, floor 11. There's one guy here who annoyingly, like, is like, hey, you've come all the way up and you can't get in. But, like, you know that. You can see it at that point. You are just fighting him for the XP and cash and spite. But he sort of brags as if you're an idiot. And it's like, nah, I don't care. I was going to explore the whole place anyways. It's kind of the, when someone tells you to do something that's worth doing, you're like, I'm going to do it, but not because you said it. It's kind of like that, where he's like, tells you you're an idiot, and you're like, no, I was doing this anyway. Just battering these dudes who are badass golden Pidgeot. Birds eat snakes, man. Well, maybe. Probably. Eagles and shit like that. I wonder how that last Rattata feels if it really did witness all 5 of his equally strong mates getting one-shotted. He's kind of like, well, I'm fucked, I know. He's probably got no... he's probably just like, yeah, whatever. He probably doesn't even try and move. And yeah, that's... Usually I'm too lazy to use the elevator. I find it faffy, you know. It's easy to shoot between the stairs, but that's like that many floors. It's like definitely better to use the elevator. And we're out. They should have had that guy wake up as you leave and be like, oh, what? And then like fight you with like a basic dude after you've just beaten a boss. You'd be wounded, so it'd be a sort of more of a threat potentially, but it'd be... I don't know, that would be kind of funny. Because I think he's gone when you wake up. He'd have to lie, wouldn't he? Oh yeah, he's beat 2. Yeah, no, I healed my Pokemon with items. Don't ask questions. Forget about it. Let's move on. I suppose they can't fire him. They disintegrate right afterwards, right? So we got our Papa back. See what the level situation is. Yeah, I realised we never cleared all the karate dudes. I think his level restriction is lower than the other guys. So... Rival and Giovanni, so let's sort this out. Pow. 2-shotted 2 of them. Well, they were 2 turn setup moves, but there you go. Didn't realise it'd be that easy, because when we came here earlier we were a bit under-leveled, and so I was like quite nervous. The first guy was reasonably tough. But, yeah. Now I'm paranoid I've already voiced this clip. Holy shit. If this has all been a waste of time, I'm going to be pretty gutted. But at least it's refreshed my memory of where I am. I feel like I've seen this. I'm quite concerned. Okay, we'll find out in a moment. See you next time.